NFC South predictions, and we're going to go the opposite way now. So Coach is going to start us out. Coach, start us out with the Buccaneers prediction that you got, my man.
Well, no mind if I got this. So I got the Buccaneers going 6-11. I think they're gonna squeak out 6 wins. It could be lower than that, but they definitely gonna be drafting probably somewhere near the top 10 in NFL draft. They got a quarterback competition in Kyle Trask and Baker Mayfield. They're definitely competing. Mike Evans is I think Mike Evans is gonna continue to be one of the top 15 receivers in the league. Again, he's gonna continue to get 1,000 yards. Chris Godwin is always hurt. I can't depend on him to be healthy.
True.
He's not gonna be healthy. Russell Gage, I really liked him in Atlanta. I thought he was going to come over to the Tampa Bay and do some big things, but it appears that he's not going to be any more good. You got questions at the running back situation. I do like Rashad White. He turned it on a lot last year. Now, another problem was also they did get their captain, Levante David back. But they got some questions. And Jamel Dean played a hell of a season last year. Jamel Dean was really good as a corner for them. He stepped up last year, but you still got questions in the secondary as well. Antoine Winfield and those guys, but they stay hurt a lot. They can't stay healthy. You got Carlton Davis can't stay on the field. It's a lot of issues going on, but the main thing is the quarterback situation. So when you look at their schedule, they go in Minnesota, think they lose that game. They win the game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They win the game against the Chicago Bears. They lose against the Eagles, lose against the Saints on the road, lose against the Lions. I think they beat the Atlanta Falcons, lose against the Bills, lose against my Texans. I think they beat Tennessee, lose against the 49ers, beat Indianapolis. They lose to Carolina. They split with the Falcons. They lose to Green Bay in Green Bay. They lose to Jacksonville. They beat the Saints and they beat the Panthers. They split with the Panthers. I got them going 6-11.
6-11. All right, Vic.
I'm close to what Coach got them. I got them at 5-12 this year. Tampa Bay is probably going to be the worst team in this division. I think they are. It's not a probably. They are going to be. You got Baker Mayfield, Kyle Trask. We still don't know. Either way, it's not going to be a good look for them. Rashad White had some, good spots last year, but Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Russell Gage. I don't think they don't have the talent anymore. Injuries has taken over their careers. They've gotten slower. They're not the same player that they were. I don't expect the same production out of them. I don't think anyone should expect the same production from them. Offensive line is getting older. Tristan Wirth, still one of the best tackles in the league, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Tampa's going to have a rough season. They're going to be probably one of the teams that'll be fighting for the number 1 pick. Teams it'll lose to: the Vikings, Eagles, Saints, Lions, Bills, Texans, Titans, Niners, Panthers, Falcons, Panthers, Jaguars.
Oof.
Excuse me, not the Panthers. It was Panthers were mentioned, but I think I said them twice. It was the Packers.
Yeah. Jeff, you good, man?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good now. I'm good. Sorry.
Drop that grumpy off?
I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good. I got this. I'm good. I'm sorry about that. Sorry.
All good, bro. We are on the Buccaneers. So how you feeling about the Buccaneers, my man?
You mean the Succaneers? I think me and Vic are on the same page right now. They are going to be 5-12. They are going to be god awful. I have no faith. Okay, here's the thing: the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You got your Super Bowl ring. You had Tom Brady. Now Tom Brady's gone. Y'all about to be hot booty cheeks. The defense.
Let them know.
The defense was awful even with Brady. The only reason why they won that god-awful division last year was because of Thomas Edward Patrick Brady. Oh, and what happened in the
whole name?
Yeah. And literally, what happened in the first playoff game? Oh, they got smashed by the Dallas Cowboys. That's literally what happened there. So Brady's gone. Kyle Trask is going to be trash. Baker is going to be he's going to be in the chef pastries and making some Baker Mayfield turnovers. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 5-12. That's all I'm going to say about them.
Yo, Jeff, I'm gonna need some of them quotes for a T-shirt, bro. I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna put some quotes, the quotes from Jeff today.
So you're saying Baker Mayfield got the hot light on?
The hot light. He's gonna make
the hot light comes on.
He's gonna make those Krispy Kreme donuts, and they're gonna be a little bit of a turnover as well.
We'll pump the brakes on the Trask Kate. Oh, I know. I actually have the Buccaneers. Oh wait. Sorry. I forgot I got to do this a different way for mine. 8-9. Why is everybody surprised?
I said 9-8.
8-9.
Oh my! That's still surprising.
I think that they have some things to be excited for. I mean, Mike Evans is still going to be there. Hopefully, Chris Godwin can stay healthy. Antoine Winfield. You know what I'm saying? Rashard White. But the most interesting thing that I think is going to come out of this year is they're going to look really sucky at the beginning of their year. And the second half of their year is going to look pretty surprising. And I think it's because they're going to make a quarterback change to my boy Kyle Trask. I hate to say that it's a Gator, but I think Kyle Trask is going to do some special things. The dude hasn't said anything. His college career was actually really, really good compared to a lot of other people. And he was the reason why Florida got rolling right after Felipe Franks came in. And to sit behind Brady and then I'll sit behind Baker Mayfield, and his camp has been really, really good so far as well, where they're even talking about possibly, depending on how the preseason goes, he might be their starter off the gate. And I don't think you can fail with two receivers like that. You got my boy Payne Durham there, who I think is the most underrated tight end, if not, to me, the best tight end that was in this class. Just lacks on speed, but I don't know, man. I think they're going to be middle of the road. I don't think they're going to be anything special. I think when they do get beat, it's going to be a real beating. But when they do win, it's a close win. And I think the next year will be even better for them as a team. Under Kyle Trask being their long-term starter, I think Baker Mayfield was just a security blanket because they don't feel that he is fully ready yet for prime time. And that's just because they knew Brady was going to be their starter the last couple of seasons. So, give me Kyle Trask and the Buccaneers to end their season with a 8-9 record. I'm sorry. Don't hate on my list. Now here's
what about Tom Brady being a backup? Blaine Gabbert, Brian Hoyer, Reed Stedham, all backed them up. All didn't learn a damn thing from Tom Brady.
Yeah, but Kyle Trask was a rookie too, so when he came in,
It won't help.
All he learned about was what divorce is like.
At least it ain't 3-14. At least it ain't there.
Yeah.
Oh, and literally, don't even get me started on that bum ass Mike Evans who turns a little beef in front of Marshawn Lattimore.
So here we go. The Falcons are going to suck again, 4-13. I don't think Bijan Robinson is going to save them. They're going to be hot ass this year. Where's Big Fridge at? These boys are going to be buns. Kyle Pitts is going to request a trade. Drake London's going to look awesome. Bijan Robinson's going to be freaking garbage too. And they should have never drafted him. They should have just kept with Tyler Algier with Cordell Patterson backing him up. They just wasted a draft pick on somebody that should have went somewhere else. Outside of my dislike for Bijan Robinson in the running game, I still think that he's a pretty good running back. I mean, he ranked number 5 in my running back rankings. But with that being said, you're going to waste his talent that everybody thinks he has on a team that absolutely doesn't know what they're doing. Arthur Smith sucks. Desmond Ridder is going to be a hot doo-doo butt garbage. And their defense, AJ Terrell has been up and down in his career, and absolutely try to name somebody else that's on the defense is going to help him out. They're going to be complete. Jesse Bates is trash too. Jesse Bates has not been a good safety in the last 2 seasons. I'm sorry, Fridge. Where you at, brother? The Falcons are gonna be hot ass, man. I can't wait. Call them that. The Alkins, the ass Alkins, the Falcon asses. That's what they're gonna look like. But I can't wait to go down to the training camp because I think we're going to go to Atlanta here in a couple of weeks to go watch them practice. But I don't even know why I got them tickets because I'm going to be sitting up there with the fans talking about these dudes are like hot ass. But Desmond Ridder is not the answer, bro. He is not the answer. He's too vanilla to be starting right now. He should have taken the path that Kyle Trask took. Just sit behind somebody for 3 years and then you might be ready. The dude was so vanilla coming out of college and people liked him and I liked him too. But he's so vanilla, man. He is the answer. Watch the film. Big Fridge, you don't need to talk about nobody watch a film. You know we watch film around here, bro. You just accept the fact that your Falcons are going to be hot ass. Kyle Pitts is going to ask for a trade and you wasted a draft pick in Bijan Robinson. You're going to ruin this man's career. That is absolutely not. They're not going to be good. Jeff, go ahead and take this before I get real angry. I can't stand their little suck ass logo too. That logo is ass. Uniforms are ass.
Let's look at that uniform. Doesn't that look like the longest yard? Those alternate mean machine.
Uniforms ass. I can't even believe. The only reason I got one of their jerseys in my closet over some other teams is because I'm a big Drake London fan. But after that. I can't believe I actually own. Look at it. Look how ugly. I have this in my closet right now. It is disrespecting the other jerseys that it's next to. It should be in a closet on its own because it's so ass. But go ahead.
Okay. I wish I had the same record as you because I think the Dirty Birds are absolute trash. They're the most disgusting franchise. That's my Saints franchise. Okay, you know what? All right, let's be real. Let's be real and simple. Respectfully, I'm gonna have the Falcons at 7-10. I have them at 7-10 because
Lord help us.
Bijan Robinson. I like the running game. Drake London and Kyle Pitts. I mean, Desmond Ridder, I am in full agreement with you. The Falcons are going to they need a new quarterback. That quarterback is hot garbage. The Falcons might win a few games they have no business winning. But in terms of competing for the division, absolutely not. They're going to start off on a 4-game losing streak with Carolina, Green Bay, Detroit, Jacksonville, and they'll finally get one fluke win against Houston. Then they'll lose to Washington, and then Tampa Bay and Tennessee. They'll get those wins there.
I think the rent is too damn high on this one.
And then literally the Falcons just great offensive pieces minus the quarterback. Defenses still have questions on. So literally they're still going to be booty, but they'll find a way to get 7 wins.
Hey man, I respect it though.
I always give them one win against New Orleans because New Orleans historically splits, but last year they got swept. So that's my respect. That's my little bit of respect for the Falcons.
Vic, what you got for the Falcons?
Fam, if you hated his record, you're gonna hate mine. I got the Atlanta Falcons making a big improvement at 9-8. Listen, I think I am the only person that thinks that Arthur Smith is a great offensive coordinator. He's coming along as a coach, but he hadn't had the talent. And that's what he got this year. I told you before, he likes to set up his team the way he did in Tennessee. Bijan Robinson, you will be making a video just biting your words about what you said about my guy. And expect it. It will be coming at the end of the season, January-ish, maybe February. He runs a little late. We had the Senior Bowl. But there will be an apology video about B.J. Robinson by Dante.
I don't know what happened.
That's what happened. See? Matt Collins. Hey, Slay, you talking about him? I think he'll be a decent number 2. Drake London, he has to prove himself. He has to build off what he did last season. But the biggest thing is this Atlanta Falcons team is going to use a lot of 12-man personnel. You're going to have Jonnu Smith, Kyle Pitts out there. With Bijan Robinson, again, you talk about Desmond Ridder, and yes, I do agree. He is plain, he is vanilla. But this is the thing that they need. They need a safe quarterback. They're going to have a game manager. And that's what I think Ridder is. He's a game manager. On the defensive side of the ball, they did some improvements. You can't deny it. They got pretty good. They got Okuda. They got my guy Terrell.
All right, so My record for the Atlanta Falcons, 7-10. I think they're going to be competitive. Don't mind. Like I say, I think they're going to be competitive. I think they're going to show some signs. Again, just like Vic said, y'all know Bijan, my guy. He doesn't show me any expectations of him going to be any not being good or a bust. But I do agree also that he shouldn't have been drafted to the Falcons. I don't think the Falcons shouldn't have been his draft pick over Tyler Algier, because Tyler Algier had a great season last year, 1,000-yard season. So other than that, he hasn't shown no signs of me thinking he's gonna be a bust. I think he's gonna be in for a solid year this year. Drake London is really promising, man. Drake London is a ultimate jump ball wide receiver, can catch. He's a better route runner than people is gonna expect him to. Like Mac Holland, who came on last year with the Las Vegas Raiders, but the Las Vegas Raiders as well. Now the thing, nothing wrong with Desmond Ritter being a game manager. I think that's what he exactly is going to be. As long as he don't put the secondary in that defense in bad situations and turn the ball over, I think they should have some opportunities to score the football. Kyle Pitts being healthy, if he has a healthy season, they got some good upside on the offensive side. You still got Cordell Patterson as well, who they running the ball with last year. He's going to be in some scenarios where he's going to carry the ball, play some wide receiver. He's definitely going to be a big part of special teams. Now, the one thing about it, that defensive line, they did get David Onyemata from the New Orleans Saints, but they do need a pass rush. I don't like their pass rush. I don't like the defensive line. I really don't. They can't get pressure on the quarterback, so I don't really actually like that. But the secondary, very promising. Jeff Okudah, AJ Terrell, who's one of the most slept on corners in the game. Jesse Bates, I think he's fine. I think he's solid. I think they can be competitive, but I do got them going 7-10. The wins and losses, Carolina, they should be able to beat Carolina. I got them beating Carolina actually at home. I do got them beating the Packers at home. Those two games are at home. I do got them losing to the Lions. Jaguars, they're 2-2. Texans, they're 2-3. Commanders, I'm gonna say 2-4. I think they go start off 2-4. They beat Tampa Bay. I think they beat Tampa Bay on the road. I think they end up beating the Tennessee Titans, which is they come in 4-4, going to home 4-4 against the Minnesota Vikings. Loss against Minnesota, win against the Arizona Cardinals, who's going to be have the worst record in the NFL. I got them losing. I got them losing versus the Saints, losing versus the Jets. I think that Jets defense is pretty good. I got them splitting with the Buccaneers. They lose that game. They lose the second game versus the Panthers. They beat the Colts, and they also lose to the Bears. 7-10.
7-10. All right, so we got 7-10, 7-10, 9-8, and 4-13. I'm not high on the Falcons whatsoever. All right, Coach, go ahead and lead us off with the Carolina Panthers.
Now, the Carolina Panthers is going to be the second best team in this division. What I think I'm really high on what the Carolina Panthers are going to do, especially I'm very high on what Bryce Young is going to do. 9-8 for the Carolina Panthers. I think they're the second best team in the division as of right now. Their defense is pretty sneaky good. J.C. Horn was one of the top corners in the league last year. You have Jeremy Chin, who's really good at the safety position. Shaq Thompson at the linebacker position. You also have Chula Hubbard, who's pretty underrated as a backup running back as well. You also have Terrence Marshall, who people is really high on, who I'm high on, and also Laviska Shenault. So you got a pretty good, decent receiving core. And Jonathan Mingo is definitely going to help out the Carolina Panthers on the offensive side of the ball. So they got some high upside on the offensive side of the ball, especially Brian Burns. Brian Burns is one of the most underrated defensive linemen in the league. That dude definitely deserves some respect. I like Brian. I like them getting Bryce Young in the draft. To me, even though I love C.J. Stroud, but to me, it doesn't change my opinion on Bryce Young. He still was the best quarterback in the draft. To me, it doesn't. Even though I love C.J., I love them both of them. I would be happy with either one of them, like I said. But I still hold my stance on Bryce Young being the best quarterback in the draft. But other than that. Again, they start off with the Atlanta Falcons. They start out with them. I said they were going to lose that game. They will lose that game. Got them. I got them splitting with the New Orleans Saints. I got them split with them. They're gonna always find a way to split. Especially the first game is at home. They always beat New Orleans at home. It seems like New Orleans been playing them the second game of the season every year, and they always will beat New Orleans in the same fashion. They always beat them on the ass whooping mode up on that side. So they played New Orleans and they beat New Orleans at home. So they're 1-1 at that. Seattle, they will lose against Seattle at Seattle. I got them beating the Vikings at home. I think that team is scary. Going to be very good at home. So they're 2-2 going into Detroit. They lose versus Detroit. They lose versus the Dolphins. They beat my Houston Texans at home. They beat the Indianapolis Colts, so they're 4-4. They lose to the Bears. They're 4-5. I think they beat the Cowboys at home. They beat the Tennessee Titans. They beat the Buccaneers. They split with the Saints, like I already got them. I think they split with the Falcons. They beat Green Bay. They lose to Jacksonville, and they beat Tampa Bay. Last game of the season.
Not bad, Coach. Not bad. I agree with you. I think the Panthers are going to be fairly good this season, and I think they'll get better towards the end of the season. But we'll get into that. We'll go to Vic next. What you think, man?
Listen, man, I think the Panthers had some great moves. Addition of Frank Reich. They went out and drafted the quarterback of the future, Bryce Young. Free agency, you get Miles Sanders. You got Adam Thielen. They already had DJ Chark on the field, on the team. Terrence Marshall, as we discussed. Team's getting a little better. Defense, as we said, sneaky, not the best, but not the worst. They can get better. But my issue is, what's up with Brian Burns? Are we going to sign him? Is that contract situation going to affect him this season? I know he's one of those players that, he gives it 110%. He's not going to give you 75. He's not going to give you 50%. He's going to give you his all. But at the same time, he's not happy with his contract situation and hasn't been for quite some time. Does he make business decisions this year? We don't know. I think their schedule is what hurts them. With a rookie quarterback, there's going to be some up and downs. So for the Panthers, I got them at 7-10. Teams they'll lose to: the Falcons, Seahawks, Lions, Dolphins, Texans, Bears, Cowboys, Titans, Saints, and the Jaguars. Like I said, it's going to be an up and down season. They're going to have to, form some cohesion. Frank Wright's first year, defensive coordinator coming together. It's going to be a lot for them, but 7-10 is pretty good.
Yep. 7-10 is not bad for the Panthers with a rookie quarterback.
And I forgot to mention Hayden Hurst. Shout out to him because that's probably going to be Bryce Young's security blanket.
I agree. Greg Olsen 2.0.
Hey, you mentioned Hayden Hurst. You mentioned Miles Sanders. You mentioned Adam Thielen. The Carolina Panthers were 7-10 last year, and even after they traded away Christian McCaffrey, and they got the number 1 draft pick, and they got better. And also, you brought up Brian Burns. That dude is a beast. He is a dog on that opposite side of the ball. But I agree with Coach on this one. I have the Carolina Panthers at 9-8. If Bryce Young hits, if he comes out swinging like 4-0, they have control of that division for the next decade. It'll be their division for the next 10 years when they come out. Carolina, first game, they'll beat Atlanta convincingly. I have them losing the Monday night game against New Orleans. I still say the Saints and the Panthers will split, but I feel like the first game in week 2, Saints are going to try and get at him early, make him uncomfortable with that pass defense, and rattle him a bit. Then they're gonna go on a 3-game losing streak at Seattle and then Minnesota. Then they'll come back and win 2 games in a row at Detroit and Miami. So they'll be like 3-3 in the bye week. Then 2-game win streak between Houston and Indy. Those are winnable games. And then the 4-game Chicago, Dallas, Tennessee, and Tampa, shockingly. That will be 4-game losing streak, and then they get a 3-game win streak with New Orleans, Atlanta, Green Bay, and then at Jacksonville loss, and they close out the win against Tampa Bay. But it can change because I like everything. Because obviously, who I'm going when we get to my turn about the Nets team. You know who I'm going to have up there. This division is still not up to snuff because you got Carolina, you got New Orleans. 10 wins this division. If Carolina gets 10 wins, they win the division convincingly. No more than 10 wins. Only one team comes out of this division, makes it to the playoffs. But Carolina, they're the scariest team in that division because I'm like, Tampa Bay and Atlanta, they're going to be bad. I mean, Tampa Bay and Atlanta are going to be bad, but Carolina just scares me because they can 50-50 games. It may go their way, it may not, but I love everything they're doing. Frank Wright is a new head coach. The sky's the limit if they hit with Bryce Young.
He thought this was a premiere. What? How? See, Manny don't be following us as much as he says that he does, man. I thought it was a premiere. A premiere, it's episode 13.
We were just lying.
Man,
you don't listen. You don't hand in things on time. You don't pay attention. Boy, you lucky I ain't your teacher.
He gave me his record. He gave me his records today. He said, "Can I still turn these in?" I don't know nothing. I'm just here to support the homies. Hey, man, we appreciate that. Sensei Tank 94. That's a dope name. NFC South is up for grabs pretty much. Yeah. I thought y'all ended the stream. How do we end the stream, bro? We literally crashed.
Such shock. He was in such shock.
I literally banged on my table on accident for Vic's record. But anyways, I got the Panthers going 6-11 this year. This one hurt. This one hurt me, but I'm gonna just go with my prediction of what I thought all along. Like I said, I think Bryce Young was gonna win in camp, which he is, but they're probably gonna pull a safety blanket here in a little bit with Matt Corral after he plays really good in the preseason. And Bryce Young is going to start out the season not all that great, not hot garbage, but not all what they thought he was going to be. And then Matt Corral is going to come in and look pretty good, and then he'll stink it up in the game. Then they'll have a quarterback controversy for the rest of the year, and I think that's how it's going to pan out, or before the draft deadline, or not the draft deadline, the trade deadline. And I think that's just kind of the fate of the Panthers. They got all kinds of weapons. Their defense is young and up and coming. They just have injuries almost every freaking year. J.C. Horn's been hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, Brian Burns is great. Derek Brown has been stepping up to the plate. Jeremy Chin is one of the best safeties in the league when he's fully healthy and capable. It's just hard for me to think that Adam Thielen is going to come in and make the impact that everybody hopes he makes. DJ Chark is injury riddled. Laviska Shenault is still trying to find out. Teams are still trying to figure out what exactly he is. You know what I'm saying? It's just Hayden Hurst is probably the most promising receiver there. They got Miles Sanders there, which is going to be a big help for them, but not in the passing game. So Chuba Hubbard, is a decent backup too, which I should have think they should have just get a full reins onto him and just see how he would have done. I think going to get Miles Sanders is kind of a moot point for their team, but he can be helpful.
They did that last season when they moved on from McCaffrey. They gave Hubbard all the carries and he couldn't handle it.
That's true. That's true too.
And also, everyone's disrespecting Xavier Woods. He's the starter, not Jeremy Chin.
Jeremy Chin is it hurts my heart. But if Slade was in here, you know how he would be meat riding for the Panthers right now. But I'm absolutely not going to do that. They're going to be 6-11. They're going to be middle of the road. But there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be promising for them next season. But they have to get through these next couple of. They're going to have to get through the season, and they're going to have to believe in what Frank Wright can do. Because if Frank Wright can't turn this quarterback ship around, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. He might be a first-round Garner too, or a first-year Garner too, if he does not do anything with Bryce Young. I'm just putting it out there. Because how many times has he failed now? Carson Wentz was brought, couldn't turn him around. Matt Ryan was there, couldn't do anything with him. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Bryce Young. He better do something with them, or that quarterback whisperer stuff that they've been talking about.
I see what you're saying, but you can't put those quarterbacks on him. Don't do that. Don't put that evil on him. He didn't draft Carson Wentz. He didn't draft Matt Ryan.
To be fair, didn't he want Carson Wentz?
Yes.
He wanted
Carson Wentz before his confidence was broken down and put into the crapper. That's when he wanted. That's when he wanted Wentz. He was giving Wentz after the fact, after he was already put through the ringer once.
Didn't he still want him? Broken confidence and all though.
But again, he had Phillip Rivers. You say he didn't do nothing. Had a good season with Phillip Rivers. Carson Wentz. Listen, we're not going to talk about it. He was horrible. Matt Ryan played decently. I can't put that on because he hasn't been able to draft his own quarterback, which is what he did this year. Now we finally get to see what Frank Reich can do with the quarterback. You can't credit him with Wentz. You can't credit him with no one else because he's never drafted a quarterback.
Yeah. I think 6 wins is good for them. Now, I was honestly surprised by this record, and they're going to be my division winners, obviously, with all the losing records here. But when I looked at it and I came out with this record, 12-5 for the Saints.
Perdóname?
Excuse me?
I have them at 12-5.
Yo hablo español, perdóname. No entiendo.
I don't know what this means.
One more time, please. One more time.
One more time. I think they have the ability to beat every single team here twice, which automatically give them 6 wins right there. And I think some people are going to go into Kamara about to get suspended. I get it. I get it, bro. I do. I really do. But there's a lot to be excited for with the Saints this year with Derek Carr. I think Derek Carr is going to be on a mission. I think that team's going to come together, and I think they're the best team in this division by far. There's going to be a lot of close wins for them. Now let me just go through the records. Let me just go through the whole prediction here, so you guys can see what I've been putting down here. So, New Orleans, the Jeffs team, going to win against the Titans. Going to win at Carolina. Going to win against Green Bay, at Green Bay. Going to win against Tampa Bay, New England, Houston, Jacksonville, and Indiana. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 game winning streak to start out. And people are going to be like, what in the hell is going on? Why are the Saints so good? Then they're going to take their first loss to Chicago and Minnesota. Hey, it came out the way it came out, bro.
Don't be doing this to me.
Jeff is all about this. I know Jeff is. He's so happy right now.
Don't be doing.
When reality sets in.
No. Continue, Dante. Continue.
Yeah, I mean, I just think they're going to be a better team than what people give them credit for. I really do, and I think Derek Carr is going to be a big, huge reason why that they're good. I think they're going to be in a lot of games that they probably should lose, and he's going to be able to pull it out. I mean, that winning streak. I mean, is Tennessee as good as a team as what people give them credit for? No. Is Carolina going to go through some struggles early in the season? Yes. Is Green Bay going to go through some struggles early in the season? Jordan Love is a quarterback. Yes. Tampa Bay is going to be in a little controversy, so they're going to win that. New England's in the quarterback controversy, so they'll win that. Houston is going to be a young team, and like I told y'all, they're going to make some early mistakes and lose a lot of close games. They're just going to lose that game just for it being close. Jacksonville, when the hype is high, their lows are going to be really low too. They're going to lose that game. And Indiana, we all say Indiana is going to suck. They're going to win that game. But losing to Chicago, Minnesota, and Atlanta the next 3 games after the bye week, just to humble themselves. So most of their good wins are going to come early in the season. The rest of the season is kind of on and off, on and off, on and off. So I don't know. I just think their schedule itself plans out where they could win a lot of close games and end up having they'll be the team that has a really good record, but have a first round exit too. That's just how I feel about the Saints. But I think the next year will be promising for you guys once you guys get a couple draft picks, and people start believing that Derek Carr is actually a good quarterback too. So, sorry, Jeff. Don't mean to get your hopes high, but hey, you're a playoff team in 12-5.
Don't give me that hope. I don't want to set myself up for disappointment. But finally,
somebody said Derek Carr sucks. Hold up. Since a tank, bro. Please don't do this to us. Please don't do this to us.
Okay.
All right, Jeff, go ahead, cook.
Okay. The Saints last season was 7-10 with Jameis Winston and Andy Dalton's bum ass. With garbage quarterback play. And then banged up with injuries. Marshawn Lattimore did not play the full season. And they still swept the Atlanta Falcons. Thank you. That's a moral victory right there. They should have won. They should have won against Tampa that second to last game. Should have won that, but that's just things running the cards. You got Derek Carr. Derek Carr was, if you wanted immediate best quarterback available right now who could just come in and give you a better than what you had with bum Andy Dalton and Jameis Crablegs or Winston. Derek Vehicle is literally your guy. He will come. He's
Derek Vehicle.
He's literally going to be. He knows Dennis Allen. He knows the system. They were with the Raiders. He's the one that drafted him. I get. So it's really the Saints division to lose, and I have them winning the division at 10-7. Here's the thing. Like Dante just said, that first half of the schedule, name a quarterback literally that just is an elite top 5 quarterback right there on that schedule. That defense is going to be they're going to be suffocating. The pass defense, you have Marshawn Lattimore, Alontae Taylor, and you have Tyrann Mathieu in the backfield and the safety slot. Demario Davis, one of the best underrated linebackers in the league right now. Cam Jordan in the front end, and also Brian Breesy. I need him. If he can just stay healthy, he could be a monster on the interior. The defensive side is not what I'm not worried about the defense. The defense will come to play. Running backs, I know Alvin Kamara is about to be suspended. He's probably going to be suspended 2, 3, 6 games. That's why they added Jamal Williams and they got Kendre Miller on the draft. They're fine. They should be okay with that one. Wide receivers. Chris Olave is about to be another 1,000-yard receiver. He should have been nominated for Offensive Rookie of the Year. I rest my case on that one, but Brock Purdy stepped up. Michael Thomas, my man right here. My man, can't guard Mike. Can I get 60% of Offensive Player of the Year, Michael Thomas? If I can get that, they should be fine. Now, Jawan Johnson is going to be the pass-catching tight end. He's going to be making some plays. And they got Taysom Hill, the Swiss Army knife Taysom Hill. Just literally don't have him be quarterback. Don't have him be full-time quarterback. Please, for the love of God. We've seen that. We've done enough. And they also added some pieces on the defensive interior because the biggest Achilles of the Saints on the defensive side of the ball, their run defense. They've been so stout on the run defense for years on end. This last season, they were ranked 22nd in the run defense. They were garbage, but they were top 5 against the pass. When you have those stout, when the team is fully healthy, they should be able to win some of these games. I have them splitting against Atlanta out of respect, splitting against Carolina, but you cannot lose to Tampa. You absolutely cannot lose to Tampa this season. And literally, like Tennessee, home opener, should be a win. Carolina should be a win. Green Bay should be a win. Tampa, they'll get humbled by New England because Bill Belichick will be cooking something. Houston, that could be a win. Jacksonville, yes. Indy, I had them as a shock fluke win. I got to give them something. Then Chicago, they'll get their win back. And then Minnesota, I have no faith in them. But like Dante said, that last half of the bye week, Atlanta, Detroit, Carolina, all 3 L's. Then they'll get the rebound against the Giants, lose against the Rams, and then Tampa Bay and Atlanta to close out. They should all have those wins. But the Saints, it is their division to lose. And if they do not win this division, Dennis Allen, I want him gone. You have no excuse whatsoever. You got the quarterback. You got the defense. Everyone's healthy. This should be your division. If you do not win this division this season, Carolina's going to get better. Atlanta's going to get better. Tampa Bay is going to get better with the quarterbacks. You have to do it. You have to win this division now. And Sajin, to answer your question, how I feel about Derek Carr, best quarterback position right now, but long term, I have questions. What are they going to do after Derek Carr? Whew.
Dang, Jeff.
What you wanted? This is my team.
He's after that one.
I know. Go ahead, light you up one, bro. Go ahead, get you a shot of whiskey while you're at it too.
You wanted this? How I truly feel about the Saints. I 12-5. I'll be like, I'd be a very happy person, but the schedule is in their favor. They have I will say they have a top 10 defense against the run and the pass potentially. The quarterbacks they're not like Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow. They should be feasting. But Derek Carr, what's the ceiling? Do I expect them to get to the Super Bowl? Absolutely not. Will they be like one and done like Dante says? Probably. But it's their division to lose. And if they want to be kings of the division, this is your season.
Yeah. All right. Vic, what is your prediction for the Saints?
I'm not as high as both of you on the Saints. I got them with less wins, man. I think, with this team, it's going to take time for them to gel. Talked about Derek Carr. It's a vast improvement on the quarterback position, but I think we've seen the best ball Derek Carr has played already. I don't think he's going to get any better being on with the Saints. In reference to the running game, we don't know what the issue with the running back is. How long Alvin Kamara is going to be out? Is it going to be a full season, half season, 3 games? What is it? If he's not going to be around, the Saints aren't going to be a better team without him. So that's going to affect them. Looking at, everything else, the defense, yeah, they were good, but again, they're getting long in the tooth. We talked about Davis.
Awesome.
We talked about Rashawn Lattimore. Lattimore has lost a couple of steps. He's no longer, the top tier cornerback in the league anymore. He's been getting run over. It's going to be tough for them. I got them at 8 and 9. Again, it's a good season. They're going to get time to gel together. But that division, like you said, last year they were able to get the record they did with a bad quarterback. But look at the division around you, except for Tampa Bay. They've all made vast improvements. It's going to be a lot tougher for y'all in this division. Teams they're going to lose to, sorry, first game out the rip, Titans are going to win that game. Panthers, Giants, Patriots, Texans, Vikings, Falcons, Lions, and Rams will all be able to beat the Saints this season.
Ooh. All right. Coach, wrap us up, man. Wrap us up.
Well, I got the Saints going 10 and 7. You know why? Because last year they had a top 5 defense, and I'm trusting the top 5 defense. That defense keep you in any ball game, just enough in case Derek Carr goes through his moments. That defense will be able to keep you in a ball game just for enough for Derek Carr to do his late due diligence. Yes, they did lose. They're going to lose Alvin Kamara, but you forgot Jamal Williams was good with the Lions, was a good threat with the Detroit Lions. So he's not better. I don't think he's going to be a better version of Alvin Kamara. I don't think, because Alvin Kamara can do pretty much everything. Like Vic said, that's going to be a big loss up out of the backfield as far as catching. But Jamal, when you talk about Jamal Williams, he's probably a better runner between the tackles than Alvin Kamara is. Alvin Kamara is just more versatile than Jamal Williams. Yes, they will miss that versatility. Chris Olave had a 1,000-yard wide receiver, and if Michael Thomas is anything like his old self, that is scary. That could be something scary. But that defensive line, yes, they lost David Onyemata, but they have a lot of depth on that defensive line. That defensive line still can get to the quarterback. That secondary still is good, still held up, even without CJ Gardner-Johnson last year. So that defense was a top 5 defense. That's the only reason I'm confident that they're the best team in this division, because of that defense is going to keep winning the game. And you got that man in the middle, that captain Demario Davis, one of the top linebackers in the National Football League. So their wins is going to become against the Tennessee Titans at home. I think they beat the hell out of the Tennessee Titans at home. First game in New Orleans, I think they beat the hell out of them. They will lose against the Carolina Panthers. Like I said, they always lose the second game of the season against the Carolina Panthers. And guess what? I think since they will beat the hell out of the Titans, I think they will step back next week and get the hell beat up out of them. Guess what? By the Carolina Panthers. That always happens. Carolina. They always get the crap beaten up out of them. Guess what? They going now. They beat Green Bay. I think it's going to be a close game, but they beat Green Bay. I think their defense hold up against Green Bay and Jordan Love. Tampa Bay, I think their defense hold up against Tampa Bay. So what I got them, they're right now they're 3-1. They lose against New England. I think they lose against New England. That New England team is going to always play well. In Foxborough, they're going to always play well. In Foxborough, right now they're 3-2. I would say they come to NRG and beat Mount Houston, Texas, even though that is a winnable game for Mount Houston, Texas. But they got a top 5.
It's 50-50 on that one.
It is 50-50, but I'm taking New Orleans in this game. And so they're 4-2. I think they beat the Jags in New Orleans. I think they beat the Jaguars. They beat the Colts in Indianapolis. They beat the Bears. They lose to the Falcons. They lose to the Vikings. They lose to the Vikings. I think they lose to the Vikings in Minnesota. They lose to the Falcons. I think Falcons split with them. They beat the Detroit Lions at home. They're gonna beat the Giants. This is a wild card loss I got for them. I think they're gonna lose to the Rams in LA. I think that's gonna be one of those losses that say, "Hey, wake your ass up, wake your ass up." That's gonna be the loss that puts them right back down to earth. They're gonna split with Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay. They always find a way to do that. Then they end the season beating the Atlanta Falcons.
Coach, I'm in full agreement with all of that. I can see. I have no arguments right there. You and I are about the same page. The only difference is
sometimes losing to a bad team. Hey, send you a message. Wake up.
Indeed.
I think Michael Thomas is the biggest question mark. Numerous surgeries at the age of 30, hasn't played for 2 seasons, and he's slowly coming back in training camp now. He's still going through those injuries. That doesn't give me much confidence. Again, you've been out the game for 2 years. The game evolves fast. It changes after 1 season. We're talking 2 years out, and he's still injured now. Not a good way to start the season.
Another receiver, look, Rashid Shaheed. He might be having the step up for the Saints wide receiver room. And on the cornerback side, look out for Alontae Taylor. I feel like Alontae Taylor is gonna have a second year where he's gonna open a lot of eyeballs.
Yep.